and I'm called Morindi. We begin with our top stories. See, more of DOUALA. And the price of table birds have skyrocketed in Yaoundé ambience at the Vogada market in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. And after living in Cameroon for almost 3 decades, some refugees of Central African Republic have returned to the country this August 1 to news. Right ahead.
Canal International.
Is currently stranded, and the pass for this, he was discovered in alcohol, a bird. Attempts by the population to persuade social affairs services to step in and assist the helpless man join his family has been futile. Saleh Sharifa completes her story.
This man, whose identity is still unknown, has been in this lodge for days in the Bilonge neighborhood in DOUALA.
As that is not, you don't have any competence to attend to the man. So
they are said to have reported the situation to authorities who have never bothered to react.
If no choice, we were to call Canal to come and intervene. So we were begging again to do something for the man because we don't know his family and we are afraid for what can happen next.
He was found with these keys and 550 francs CFA, but no document to identify him. With new clothes, he has since been laying on the side of this road under construction that crosses the neighborhood. It is, however, expected that social services will step in and assist the helpless man who does not utter a word to anyone.
Insecurity in the city of DOUALA is said to have reached an alarming rate. Inhabitants say the attacks and ruptures every day, every hour during the day, just like at night. Most have expressed a fear of the unknown and have questioned the role of surveillance cameras in the city of DOUALA and equally the role of vigilante committees. More in the following story.
On n'est pas en sécurité, maman, mais on va faire comment? C'est Dieu qui nous protège.
The population of DOUALA is trapped in a whirlpool of galloping insecurity. They narrate their daily ordeals and painful tales.
On se retrouve dans les milieux où il y a des secteurs où on a même peur de passer.
This corridor close to this hardware shop in Bepanda Tonne is described as the most deadly during the day as well as at night.
Les femmes crient, parfois on vire même les femmes ici là.
The lamentation of victims of robbery attacks increased by the day. It is a case of the owner of this material shop who is traumatized after he was robbed of 2 million francs CFA.
Ils ont saccagé les 2 boutiques, les caisses, fouillé, ramasser de l'argent.
Everyone around this neighborhood talks of growing insecurity. In one of their deadly operations, the robbers destroyed the server directly connected to the CCTV surveillance cameras. Despite every safety measures to protect his life and business, this victim questions the role of local vigilante committee, which he pays 3,500 francs monthly.
Je les pose la question que je vous paye 3,500. Voilà ma boutique, on a escaladé. Ils ont porté une table comme ça. Monté sur ça.
Drifting from Bepanda Tonne to Makepe Misoke 1, the population recounts how they are helpless.
On dit de l'agression et tu ne vois pas que les enfants sont au quartier, tu ne sais pas qui est qui, tu comprends seulement qui on m'a agressé.
But the difference here is that some of the inhabitants at least could boast of an incredible job by the vigilante committee. At the Bon Carrefour Citadel, insecurity is affecting economic activities. Some businessmen told me they are forced to shut down to avoid attacks.
Tout ça va d'abord premièrement du désordre urbain. Parce que s'il n'y a pas de désordre urbain, il n'y aura pas d'insécurité.
Area residents attribute the growing rate of insecurity on bad roads, abandoned vehicles, and makeshift shells that serves as ambush spots. Except presence of security cameras in DOUALA is seemingly not DOUALA in just 1 month has been tallied to over 50 persons.
price hike, vendors say, is due to scarcity in chicks and high costs of feed at the Vogada market, which is considered as the city's main suppliers of table birds. The selling spots are virtually empty. Our reporter, High Censure, and student journalist Manuel Amanga went down to the market and put together the following story.
While stepping into the Vogada market in Yaoundé, this Tuesday, August 1st, one barely perceives the small retailers who usually approach customers at the entrance. The few can rapidly be finger-counted. Table birds are scarce, and the few are sold at gold prices. The situation, vendors say, is caused by the increase in prices of the feed consumed by the birds.
Food is very expensive. If food go down, the chicken will go down again. The first thing is maize. If maize go down, chicken the problem.
The shortage in table birds comes at a time when Cameroonians are preparing to celebrate the Feast of Assumption comes August 15. This, wholesalers lament, has handicapped their activities as they are obliged to increase the prices to make little profit.
The same chicken is sold at 3,200 francs. It is not our fault. The raw materials have become expensive.
The skyrocketed prices leave clients wanting and confused in the market.
Is today sold at 3,500. Even if you buy one, it is not consistent. When you cook it, it finishes on the same day.
According to rearers, the main issue is insufficient eggs that produce chicks that can consist of the table birds.
And garbage is still very much resistant at every street corner in Cameroon's economic city, Douala, despite pressure with the stench. More with our reporter, Saleh Sharifa.
Garbage has taken control of the streets of Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. Garbage heaps are visible at every corner of the city, swelling every second of the day. This situation has influenced the lifestyle of the population and business. This woman earns her living here. She says the presence of this garbage hinders business. I don't even know what to say again. We have no choice than to cope with the presence of the garbage. My business is really affected by the situation. Another problem is the population. They just dump their garbage anyhow. This situation has direct impact on population as it is a breeding ground for diseases. The population calls on the government to provide the means for them to take greater responsibility. We have no choice than to deal with it since we have to put food on our table, and the only way is to sell here. When I get home, I'm always on drugs to prevent myself from disease. Douala smells and irritates, and all I wish is for a solution that will remedy the situation. Many have attributed it to the incivility on the part of citizens.
In Cameroon, political capital,
Traditional rulers drawn from the 10 regions of the country are bored. They are embarking on a 3-day advocacy for the protection of forest resources, considered to be the cultural backbone of the different communities.
Getting this advocacy, building this capacity amongst us, will help us also train and bring up our own communities into respecting the forest. And we think if the forest goes, then our tradition and culture also is gone, because it is from that forest that grows traditional medication.
The drive, supported by Friedrich Herbert Stiftung, geared towards ameliorating the situation within the Congo Basin.
They are the ones who know the realities on the ground and move to concrete action.
One of the major objectives of the initiative is to give a push to policymakers.
Also included in this forestry drive.
The traditional custodians will be embarking on trees planting mission in earmarked areas across the 10 regions of the country, beginning from the south.
Living in Cameroon for almost 3 decades, some refugees of the Central African Republic have returned. The Commissioner for Refugees
After several years spent far from their country, the 11 refugees will finally touch their ancestral soil on August 1, 2023. Central African Republic, there is more calm, so I prefer to go work there since it's where I come from. My country needs me. But I'm getting weaker by the day. UNHCR for their support. Accompanied by the High Commissioner for Refugees, they say they will miss Cameroon, but according to them, their country needs them. For most of them, it is the beginning.
Between a mother and was on the
Asta answered present at the Cité District Hospital in Yaoundé this first day of August, few days after she and baby were discharged. Her baby still finds it difficult to latch on. Pediatrician taking the baby started by showing the mother the carrying position to take in the elbow of the arm on the same side of the breast for feeding. Then hands baby to mother to follow the procedure. With baby in her arm, she supports her breast with the opposite hand with fingers below, rolling baby's body so that they are belly to belly. The nipple all the way into the baby's mouth, pulling the baby closer. After the efforts with pediatricians and midwife, Asta established the link with her son, lashing amid the new process and appetite for milk, still uncomfortable at this beginning. Breastfeeding is a skill the mother and baby learn together, and it can take time to get used to it. Sucking varies between 10 and 15. The benefit of breastfeeding is to the mother and baby 6th month of their lives. Moments of bonding, breastfeeding, good way to ensure good nutrition, reduce poverty, and food security for babies.
Bonnets, also known as ulna in a push.
It is difficult to walk along the streets of Yaoundé without catching a glimpse of women wearing hair bonnets. These bonnets are available in different colors, sizes, shapes, and designs appropriate to the taste of the clients. Satin bonnets have been lauded for their numerous advantages, like keeping the hair healthy and barely sleeps throughout the night.
I was involved in their fabrication. I love
From maintaining hairstyle to assisting in preventing dryness and breakage, the accessory has become so popular nowadays.
I got into this because I saw that many women and girls wear it a lot. I admire it a lot on them, and I think it's important for every woman to protect their hair.
Just like pajamas, the hair bonnets are considered by many as an indoor attire, but traders in the market. It should be noted that despite blooming into a fashion trend among women, until you are ready to take it out or off.
The international